Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. If you guys are looking for undervalued investment opportunities, click subscribe or financial education. Or today we're going to talk about gold and silver. I do think it's being manipulated. I'm going to show you in the charts what I see. I would say it's most likely is, definitely. And I'll show you what I mean by it. I would see this even before in some other areas. It just doesn't make any sense. And I'll show you why it doesn't make sense. So one thing I wanted to go over first is all these stocks, they basically, it's like driving a car. And what we're looking at is, let's just say it's the velocity of the car over time. And we don't know which way the car is going to turn. We don't know if it's going to go left, right. We don't know if it's going to brake, if it's going to accelerate. But what happens is you can kind of see it in the charts. And if higher means it goes left and lower means it's going right, and then when you apply the accelerator, it's the size of the candlestick. And when you hit the brake, it's the size of the candlestick going down. We can see this. Now, what I'm seeing in silver is this disjointed looking chart where you get these single one-off anomaly days that are massive. And then next to it, if you have a down day that's this big, it's a massive momentum move. And then all of a sudden, it just doesn't go anywhere afterwards. It doesn't make any sense. Usually on a naturally looking chart, and we'll look at some natural charts, you'll see the ebb and flow of the candlesticks run together. This thing just has massive down days, and then it comes back up. I hardly ever see that in charts. It's a complete anomaly. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to show you some things that I'm seeing in gold and silver and why I think someone's in there jacking around with it. So here we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to normal looking charts and we'll come back. So I'm going to skip over those. Now here's SM Energy. I'm going to start with this. All right. If you look at this chart, you've got these days. This is a big up day and then it kind of sells off real small. Everything kind of ebbs and flows together. Like this is big bull market here. Up days, small down days. There's not many sellers here. You get this one big day sell-off kind of, and then it contracts down, consolidates for a little bit, and then we start moving up higher again. It kind of sells off a little bit, consolidates, and then we move higher. I don't see every single big down day kind of has like it's got like a small day next to it, or you got a reversal candlestick. Like it ebbs and flows together from day to day. I don't see anything in here indicating that there's manipulation going on, that there's problems, nothing. It looks like this chart ebbs and flows together. Here's Apple. I would say Apple's the same thing. You start looking at this, you have a reversal day and it pulls back. It contracts and it turns up. We get this big kind of down day. The momentum the next day gets worked off a little bit. It kind of comes up. It's still struggling. The buyers are struggling and it sells off again. Everything ebbs and flows together here. I don't see any days that necessarily stick way out. Like this is a pullback. And then it comes back up, consolidates a little bit, moves up. Consolidates up here means we're going to turn downward. Everything looks normal in this chart. And I'll do one last one, the trade desk, which is about the biggest down days I could find. But usually when you come to a top like this and you're this far away from the 200 day, you're going to have a massive sell-off. Boom, it gets hit, but it has momentum after it. This is the momentum working its way off. That's why it kind of bounces. And then it came back up, struggling with small down or small up days. Usually that means you want to go down again, and everything makes sense. This all makes sense to me. It looks like it's a readable. The buyers and sellers are interacting with each other quite normally. It doesn't look like it's out of the norm. Now, I'm going to go to gold. Gold's got all these disjointed movements, but first I'm gonna go. This is what the pattern looks like. I've been real slow here because I think we could go down here if it's possible, or down here if this were to not hold. And that's why I've been real patient on my technical analysis market updates. I want to see which way this thing breaks, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this disjointed thing. Look at these down days here. I mean, you've got a bearish engulfing here. They hit it down, and then we get this nice reversal candlestick, and it comes right back up. It's just weird. And then we're coming down, and we come back up, and then they smack it back down. Anything close to this line, they want to smack it down, come back up. We broke out of this, and then it was a huge smackdown move back in. And then we come back, coming up here, we get bearish engulfing, which is a big smackdown, comes back up, gets smacked again, and then it gaps down from this day. This is a reversal day here. It looks funky to me. Now, silver, I think, is even worse. Silver has all these big down days, and to me, this one looks obvious, more so than even gold. Now, they have this big sell-off here, this day here, and it moves sideways, and then they smack it again, and the momentum just stops, and we go sideways, and we're trying to go back up again, and then they get smacked again. It comes down a little bit, we're coming back up, gets smacked again, gets smacked again. This one here was the blatantly obvious one on February 2nd. Or this was the first, I think, and this was the second. Or maybe this was the second and this is the third. I can't remember. But this one's just obvious. I mean, this had so much momentum going up, and they smacked the living heck out of that. And they hit it again. And then I think they hit it again right here, this gap down. This just doesn't look normal. It looks disjointed. And another thing, when this was going up, they said that JPMorgan is the one manipulating it. Look what they released that next day on February 2nd. Miners decline as JPMorgan downgrades sector and silver prices slide from 8-year high. Published February 2nd, 2021. That's this day right here. They were doing a silver squeeze, and JPMorgan releases an article saying that the miners are going to decline and downgrades the sector. Are you serious? I mean, I don't think it could be any more obvious that they're trying to manipulate this stuff and have a down day like this when everyone's in there buying it. I do not buy that. That was probably the most obvious day of any of them. Now, what do we do about it, right? Do we invest in it? Just take physical silver and take it off the market. We've never had larger real negative rates, and it's been declining. Actually, I'll bring it up real quick. There's no way that this is not manipulated. So I think it's, long-term trends. And if you look at real rates, it's unbelievable that we are not going up. And it's right here. This is real rates here. And if this is when gold went ballistic, was in this portion here when the rates were going negative, and we were at a real interest rate of minus 5.31. And then they went crazy from 79 all the way down to 80 when real interest rates were minus 5.7%. Then we came back up, and that when you come up, that's not good for gold. You want it to be negative. We should be going up from January 2019, basically the entire way down, and we should be flying higher right now because we have real negative rates down at minus 5%, minus 4.93 to be exact. We should be flying higher. I have no idea how they're doing this. Well, I mean, I know how they're doing it, but gold and silver should be flying. The conditions are there. And every time we've had conditions like that, they've gone higher. I mean, even look at the last bull market here. Real rates went down here from 07. So from 08 it was negative, and then we went negative again from July 09 all the way down to September of 2011. That's when gold had its big move higher. And we've had the largest, steepest decline. We should be rolling higher. So we'll see. I just wanted to share this with you. I was looking at it, and hang in there. I mean, I own a lot of this stuff. I'm just hanging on. I think one day when they run out, it's going to get revalued, and it's just going to be like that. You're either in or you're out. And it's not about trying to necessarily read charts or to be scared out of it. You just want to sit in it. You buy it, you sit in it, and then one day it's just done. It's like it'll get revalued. I think maybe when they see shortages, when physical shortages appear, I don't know how they're going to hold this thing down. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.